everyone, it's Gerry coming to you from the home garden. Today we're going to talk all about seeds. Seeds can come in all shapes and sizes, colors and textures. Some look more like something we would eat, like a pea or a bean. I guess sunflower seeds fall into that category too if you eat sunflower seeds. Other flower seeds are so tiny that they're hard to even see in this cup, like spider flowers. Other flower seeds, like marigold seeds that come from a dried up flower like this, are so thin and wispy and black on one end and white on the other. And some, it's hard to tell what it is if you don't know where it came from. Let's talk about our vocabulary for today. But before we get to that, all you need for today's lesson at home is a piece of paper and something to draw a plant with at the end, okay? So our vocabulary. First, a seed, la semilla. A seed looks different, like we just told you. It's kind of like a baby plant. It stores a lot of energy, and it's what grows into a plant one day. Next, we'll talk about soil. Soil, or la tierra, like this in this pot right here. There are different types of soil. So we have a regular garden mix here and a seed starting mix here. You may find things in your soil like wood chips, itty bitty balls of food, sometimes even sand or tiny rocks. Different types of plants like different types of soil. This plant here likes sandy soil because it comes from a climate where the soil is really sandy. These baby seeds over here like a really fine, loose soil so they can grow and not have to push through too much debris like wood chips and sticks and rocks to reach for the sun. So they're all different types of soil. What's our next vocab word? Roots, los raíces. Roots are what grow into the ground and bring energy up into the plant. We even eat some roots. What's a root you can think of that we eat? How about one starting with a C? Carrot. How about one starting with a P? That's right, potatoes. There are lots of other roots we eat too. What's next? The stem, like here on this geranium. In Spanish, it's called el tallo. The stem has different parts inside with long names I won't bore you with that carry nutrients up from the roots and bring sunlight down from the leaves. Leaves, las hojas. They're very important because they go through a process called photosynthesis, but we'll talk about that another time. Now, let's all pretend to be a seed for a second. Can you curl up really, really tight? We're going to talk about how a seed grows. So the first thing it's going to do when it feels water is it's going to stick out a root. So stick out a root in one direction, nice and strong. And then, as it gets more and more energy, it's going to stick out a shoot. So shoot your stem right up towards the sun. Want to do it on the other side? Okay. Curl up tight, shoot out your root and your stem. That's a nice stretch. Okay, so let's get to our graphics here. So we start with a seed. This one's kind of like a bean, and it gets planted in the soil, not too deep, because if you plant it too deep, it will have to travel through too much. We want to make it as easy as possible for the seed to grow. So we plant a seed and we give it some water, right? It needs a drink because that way the seed knows it's time to wake up and start growing. It sends out that little shoot, the little root there, un raíz. Next, it gets more and more roots and eventually a little shoot, a small stem. The stem grows and grows and gets its first set of leaves. Once we get even more energy from those roots, a second set of leaves will emerge. Those are the true leaves of the plant. The first set kind of looks similar on almost all plants. The true leaves that come next give you a better idea of what it is you're growing, unless you've labeled it, which I of course always do. But a mystery plant can be fun too. So let's mix up these cards and see if we remember the order they go in, okay? So we've got 5 cards. And I'm gonna shuffle them all up. Let's see. This seed has what? It has some roots and just a little bit of a stem. Does that go at the beginning? No. Maybe the end? Not quite. I think that goes right in the middle. Do you agree? Good. So that goes right in the middle. Let me pin it to our board. What's next? Here's a picture of our seed with just one little root. Is that our first picture? Did we plant it with a root? Does that come after the picture with the stem? You're right, it goes right before it. Check out this one. That looks like a pretty large plant there, right? Excuse me. We call this one a seedling. It has one set of leaves and another. It's true leaves. Where should that go? The beginning or the end? Good idea. All the way at the end. Only 2 left. Which one goes at the beginning? Our seed in the soil or our seed with some roots and a big shoot? This one? I don't think so. This one, right at the beginning. And that means this guy falls into the 4th spot, right? So it's sending out some leaves, but not all of them yet. Let's take a look at how we did with our memory game. Ta-da! Back in order, looking good. Let's put this up here so we remember the order they go in, okay? What's next? Should we plant a seed? I think we should. You can plant your seeds in all different types of things. An egg carton, part of a toilet paper roll, how about that? A tiny plastic cup, but make sure you put drainage because no roots like to sit in water. Or you can use a more traditional seed starting tray. So we're going to use our seed starting mix, okay? We're gonna come over here and we're gonna take our very fluffy light seed starting mix and we're going to fill up our little flat. We want every little cell to have enough soil. How's that? Here's a secret. You take your flat or your cup or whatever you're using and you take another of the exact same thing and use it to press down your soil. Perfect. What should we plant today? What do you think? How about a teddy bear sunflower? So we're gonna take just 1 seed per cell, an itty bitty one, place it in. So we have 6 cells here. We'll do 6 teddy bear sunflower seeds. I can't wait to show them to you later in the season. They're so much fun. They're fuzzy like a teddy bear. So we have our 6 seeds. We're gonna sprinkle just a little bit of soil over the top. Remember, we don't wanna bury them too deep. All covered. And then what? Water? That's right. We're gonna give it a drink. Okay, so we take our watering can and we give a little sprinkle on top. Now, they don't need sun yet to grow, so we're gonna put them off to the side, and in a couple of days, when we start to see that little shoot come out, we'll move it into a sunny spot, okay? We'll keep an eye on those and see how they grow. Now, do you think you could make something for me at home? Take out that paper and whatever drawing supplies you have and draw me a picture of a seed growing into a plant. Make sure you have all the pieces, okay? The seed, under the soil, the roots, the shoots, including a stem and leaves. Make sure you send your picture to me so I can see what you've created, okay? Thanks for joining me for Seeds 101. Can't wait to see your work.